guys, welcome back to my colourful country life. Today, instead of talking about my June colouring plans, I wanted to discuss channel plans in general as well as future colour alongs and what I'm thinking about doing in June. Also, just an FYI, this is going to be a chatty video. So now that we've finished one of our full book colour alongs, which is Mythic World by Kirby Rosans, and if you haven't seen the finished flip through, I will tag it up above. I'm so excited to have finished that book finally. So I've had a lot of questions about what's going to be next. Specifically, what will be the next full book colour along on the channel. So long story short, there won't be one, at least not for the next few months. So as a lot of you will know, it has taken me around 2 years to complete Mythic World, and it was the same for Worlds Within Worlds before that too. My channel actually started 4 years ago with Worlds Within Worlds, so I've actually spent my entire time on YouTube doing those 2 book colour alongs. We also have another 4 book colour along currently on the go, and that is Rooms of Wonder by Joanna Basford. We're not quite halfway through this book yet, and this October it will be 2 years since we started. So this one will definitely take me a bit longer than the Kirby books, and we will have a look inside in a moment as well to see where we're up to. Now, the reason I do mention timeframes is because whatever I commit to next, I have to keep in mind that it's going to be for the next 2 years of my life approximately. And I am someone who, once I say I'm going to do something, I will not stop until it's done. So I am being quite careful about what promises I do make. Now, I did say there wouldn't be another one for a few more months. So there will be one, perhaps even 2. And if you've been following me on Instagram or even on Facebook, you'll have seen me posting sneak peeks from Kirby's new book, Dark Fairy Tales, which is going to be releasing next year. Now, from the snippets that Kirby has shown us, I think it might be one of my favourite books of his ever. So I'm thinking that I might make that my next full book colour along. Of course, I'm not going to know until I've seen the full book to make sure I love it enough to be excited to colour all the pages and commit to it for the next couple of years of my life. So that is releasing in March of 2025. Until then, I will be focusing quite a lot on completing Rooms of Wonder. Each month I complete, I'm going to say maybe 10 pages on average, sometimes more, sometimes less. So at least 1 page a month will continue to be from Rooms of Wonder like it has been. Hopefully 2 or 3 would be good so we can work our way through the book a little bit more. But it's all going to depend on what I'm feeling like that month. I am most definitely a mood colorist. I colour pages that call out to me, no matter the season or event like Christmas, Halloween. It's just whatever I feel like colouring on the day. Once this book is complete, I will likely again add a second book, maybe from a different artist this time, maybe some Rita Berman or a Maria Trolle, or maybe a Hannah Carlson. All 3 are favourite artists of mine, possibly even a Mel Pimetti book. Something new may come out between now and then, of course, that I fall in love with as well. And when it does come time to add another full book colour along, I will pick a couple of books that I could see myself completing, and I'll put up a poll here to see what everyone's preferences will be, and then we'll go from there. So what is going to be happening on the channel between now and March next year when we potentially start the next full book colour along? So like I mentioned, we will be continuing working towards completing Rooms of Wonder. One of my aims for the next few months as well, or for the rest of the year actually, is to fill up the books currently on my shelves more. Instead of focusing on just 1 or 2 books like I did with the full book colour alongs, I want to share the love around a little bit more. I have the database that I did a little video on which shows my book completion records. I've been looking through there and choosing books that I haven't coloured in much the last couple of months, such as last month with Summer Nights by Hannah Carlson. I think there was only 1 or 2 pages that I had completed in that book previously. With the Teresa Goodrich page I completed, that was a previously untouched book for me. So that's one method I've been using to choose my books, and I will tag that video up here too if anyone wants to know what I'm talking about. I also just want to add that this also doesn't mean that one of the books currently on my bookshelf won't become a full book colour along in the future after we have completed Rooms of Wonder. It just might mean that we already have some colour alongs on the channel for the book that's chosen. So if I take Rita Berman's Africa as an example, as that's one I get asked about quite a bit, if we did do that as a full book colour along, for example, then there's already half a dozen or so colour alongs already up on the channel. Same with my Mythomorphia books. Everything I've coloured in all of them books so far have been colour alongs. So I may possibly choose a book that's already on my bookshelf, or I may choose something new, and we'll have a look at that, and I'll do a poll on that when the time comes. It's going to be some time, I think, before we get to that point. I have actually pulled out some books to flip through in a minute, so we can choose some colour alongs to complete over the next few months, not necessarily just for June, just as ideas for the rest of the year, I guess, up until the new full book colour along starts. Now I've pulled out, I think, about 26 books, I think I counted, that I've marked some pages in. Now that doesn't mean these are the only books I'll be colouring in, but they are definitely books I really wanted to colour in and focus on. So for example, I've pulled out some of Hannah's newer books, but that doesn't mean that I won't still colour in her older books. So with 26 books that I've pulled out, I mean, I could colour one page in each of these books, and that'd only take me maybe two to 3 months max, as like I said, I average about 10 colouring pages a month. So between now and March next year, what's that, 9 months? So we can still colour plenty more than what I've pulled out, but I just want to have a look at these books and pages that I'm really interested in colouring in and showing some more love to, and also sharing them with you all today, so you can let me know which ones that you might like to see on the channel as colour alongs in the upcoming months. Now, in terms of Kirby, I've actually barely touched my other Kirby books while completing Mythic World, and if I don't colour something from Kirby, I do get withdrawals. Colouring Kirby pages is a bit of a comfort thing for me. Sounds odd, I know, but it is my comfort zone. It is my favourite thing to colour, so there will definitely be Kirby pages still, hopefully one at least each month. But this time I'm going to be spreading the love amongst all of his colouring books. Fragile World, Alien World, Mythomorphia, they're books I get requests for quite a lot, so just know that there will definitely be more colour alongs coming from those books. All of his books, actually. I also have never touched Animorphia. It is an untouched book of mine, and I'm not really a big fan of the doodle style from that book and the earlier books, but I do definitely want to get started in it. There are some pages I would like to colour, so we'll definitely be giving a page in there a go, possibly as a colour along if you would like to see that. So I think what we'll do is have a look through Rooms of Wonder first and see where we are up to with our full book colour along, and you can have a sneak peek at my current page that I'm colouring, my current whip. That will be our first colour along for June, and then I'll grab the books and we can have a look through the pages I've chosen for possible colour alongs, and we might actually start with Kirby, I think. So let's just have a quick look through Rooms of Wonder so we can see where we're up to. So I don't think we're quite halfway. I did check the book completion record yesterday, and I think we're at about 40%. It does feel like it's starting to get quite full though. Yeah, let me know as we're flipping through what pages you'd like to see coming up soon as colour alongs from this book. So we have a big chunk from the middle here, I think, that I've completed. This one still to do, and this is my whip. So trust the process, guys. It does look like a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm working with some ink tents. I still have to finish my second coat and then go in and do my third coat and finish off the detailing. I say detailing, but the little elements here are going to be probably the easiest part to colour. The background is taking the most time. I have been filming the entire page, and what I think I'll do is speed the background up just a little bit, because I think it might get a little bit boring. And with the elements, because they are all exactly the same, I might just colour one, and then I'll colour the rest off screen, and we'll come back and finish off any details we might need to finish, maybe the door. It feels full when I'm looking at it, but I think there's a big chunky that we haven't got to. I was looking at this page actually for this month, but I was thinking of more reds for this page, and it's going to clash with that page. So I mean, they don't match. They're not a double page spread, so I can colour them however I like, but I think it would look pleasant to see it more in the pastel colour. So I might have to think about doing pastels for that page. I think this is the page I'm least looking forward to colour at the moment. There's a fair few here too that I've completed. It does feel full. Actually, you know why? Just occurred to me then. It's coming up as about 40%, but I'm counting double page spreads. In my book completion record, I count a double page spread as 2 pages instead of 1. That's probably why it feels like I've completed more when I look at the book, but not as much when I look at the database, the record. I love these rocks. I do like this page. I might colour that one next, maybe. You know, I'll show you in a second. The one that I'm really keep looking at, I keep focusing on it to colour, and that is that the last page? Oh, we've got the key. The one that I keep looking at, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to colour it, is it this one? Yep, that's it. This double page here, and I'm looking at these tiny flowers, and now it is a repeating pattern, so each quarter is exactly the same. But I'm trying to figure out what mediums I'm going to use for this page. So for the background, I might use maybe some, I was going to say distress inks, but I might use pastels because the distress inks on those details might get a little bit messy. So we might use pastels for the background. I don't know. I was thinking maybe markers or gel pens would be better for these tiny details, but then there's not enough shadows. But the areas are quite tiny, so I'm not quite sure. I am attracted to colour this double page. I'm just trying to figure out what mediums I think I'm going to use. Yeah. So it might be maybe some water-based markers or some gel pens. Or I could use my Albrecht Dürers maybe, and if I use them wet and then go over them and add in some shadow dry, I think that might be the best idea actually. This might be an Albrecht Dürer page. Let me know what you think of that. So that's where we're at with Rooms of Wonder at the moment. So let's have a look at the Kirby books first, and then we'll have a look at the rest of them. All right, so what I've done is pulled out all the books from the Morphia series and the World series that I haven't completed, of course. I'm not pulling out any of his compilation books because basically all those pages are in here. Now, my second Kirby book, I think it was it Colormorphia? It was Colormorphia. So I have coloured a few pages in there which are actually in these books, and I do have another copy of Mythomorphia which I first started colouring in, and there is a colour along. That was the goblin or troll page. I can't remember what it was. Was it a troll? I can picture the page in my head. I just can't picture if it was a troll or a goblin. So that is a colour along up on the channel, and that was from my old Mythomorphia. So that was a US edition. It fell apart, so I bought a new version, a UK edition, which I've also coloured in. So I've got the UK edition here. So let's have a look at Geomorphia first, since it's on the top, and it was actually my first ever Kirby book. Now there is a compilation book that includes both Geomorphia and Phantomorphia together. So they are a lot thinner than Kirby's usual books. So they were both put together eventually to make one complete book. Now, Geomorphia was my very first Kirby book. I actually had never heard of Kirby Rosans, and this was given to me by a family member. So I have picked a couple of pages. I have coloured a few pages out of this. That was the first Kirby page I coloured. Coloured that one. So was that my first? That was my first Kirby page. I had, this one was chosen by my son, and my daughter chose the hot air balloons, this page here. So that was my first 2 ever Kirby pages. I can't remember which one I did first. Anyway, this is one that I've chosen here. I think this one would be a really fun one to colour. We've got the horses, I believe, up here in our tornado. Lots of clouds though, but I think that'd be really fun to colour. And I did pick another one that I like in this book as well, that I'm interested in, and that's the giraffe. I love giraffes. They're one of my favourite animals. So this one I think would be fun to colour, sorry. The clouds though, I'm not a big fan of colouring clouds, and there are quite a lot of clouds here, but yeah, we can make it work. Just trying to think of how I would colour them. Have we got, is that a ball? Does this one have objects in it as well? Yeah, I think it does. Look, that looks like socks. Hang on. Do we have hidden objects? Yes, we do. There's your pair of socks. I forgot this one had hidden objects as well. Yeah, so this is another one I quite like the look of. I'm not, like I said, a fan of colouring so many clouds, but I think the overall effect would look really good. I would make these clouds nice and dark, I think, because he has added lots of shadow into the cloud area. Yeah, so we can make these like stormy clouds, and then, you know, the heads have popped up and it's nice and bright blue sky at the top perhaps. So they're the two pages I've been looking at that are catching my eye. Oh, you know what this one makes me think of? This looks a bit like the Sphinx page from Mythic World, with the horseman walking up to the Sphinx and the rocks. Where was the other one? Over here. Oh, that one there. I think I'm leaning more towards this one. I do like them both though. So that's an idea from Geomorphia. All right, so let's have a look at Phantomorphia now. I have to say, this is my least favourite Kirby book. I think I've only coloured one page in this book so far. I absolutely adore this picture. I've seen so many different versions of this page though, and a lot of the times they have a blue hat. So when I look at this page, I always see the cat with the blue hat. And I think that's one of the reasons I've never coloured it so far, because in my mind, it looks really good with a blue hat, but I don't want to colour it with a blue hat because everybody else has already done a blue hat, and I feel like I have to do something a little bit different. I do have something in mind that could be different. I think blue suits this page perfectly though, but I do have a picture in my head of a different way we could colour this page. So it is a possibility. This one here, I've always loved this page. So I think this one would be really fun. I love colouring toadstools, as you all know, and I think this would be nice and fun. And we've got the hidden objects again, but they actually really work well on this page. They actually suit the page quite well. So I think that one would be a lot of fun to colour. So there are my options so far out of Phantomorphia. Okay, so next up, Imagimorphia. Now, considering Phantomorphia is my least favourite book, I've found 2 pages I really want to colour out of it. Imagimorphia, I only picked one. And the one I picked was actually, I like both of these pages, but this is the one I was really looking at. This one caught my eye the most. I think this would be really fun to colour. Nice and colourful. We've got the metal from the anchor, which I think I'd do a nice bright gold. And then beautiful colours with the fish and the water. I think this could look really vibrant and bright and beautiful. So that is my option from Imagimorphia. It was the only one that was really, like, I do like these pages. I like a lot of the pages actually, but it's the only one that I was really thinking like, oh, I can picture that completed. Now this page I actually have completed. That one I completed from Colormorphia with polychromos actually. The entire thing, including the background, was done with polychromos. So that one I've already done. Did I do that as a colour run? I think I did that before I had my channel. Yeah, none of the others are really calling to me. This one has a crazy amount of details. Look at all these little objects. Actually, it would look really fun finished, I think, but yeah, there's more objects than there is water. You know I love colouring water. So that butterfly I actually think would be fun, but not something I feel like colouring at the moment. So just that other one there, which was the anchor. Now let me find it again. Oh, what's that? Nope, not today. Oh, yeah, not today. This one. Possibly even that one. I think I'd actually make them match. So that is Imagimorphia by Kirby Rosans. All right, let's just have a look at Animorphia by Kirby Rosans. Now, I said this was an uncoloured, untouched book for me, so I'm just thinking now, because Phantomorphia I said was my least favourite Kirby book, but there are a lot of pages in there, or there's a few pages in there that I'm really excited to colour. Not so much with Animorphia, so maybe Animorphia might actually be my least favourite. And that's more to do with the doodle style and the add your own details than it is to do with anything else. So this beautiful page here, I can see it coloured nice and vibrant, beautiful colours, lots of blues, some colourful fish, and the doodles in the background. I mean, we've got some apple cores, there's a cupcake, a hamburger, and I think what we would do, I'm not going to colour over and try and cover the details and like white them out and hide them. I think I just make them nice and bright and colourful, and here they are. They're here. Why hide them? And the same with this page here as well. So this is an octopus page or a kraken. So this is another one I was looking at. I think I prefer the fish on the other page. Is it the betta fish? What do we call them? These ones here. But yeah, so there are my ideas for Animorphia by Kirby Rosans. All right, next up is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosans. Now, I have not marked any pages in this book. I love this book, so I thought I would just flip through the book and have a quick look and see what's catching my eye, because if I had to mark the pages I loved in this book, I would be marking every page. That's a colour along up on the channel too. So I thought I'd just have a quick look through and see what is catching my eye. These two would look really cool. I love this page. There is a lot of background space, so I'd have to think about what I could do in the background. This one looks like it'd be a lot of fun as well. I love toadstools and gnomes would be fun. Actually, I think this would be, it'd take some time, but it'd be a really fun one to colour. This guy I'd like to colour. I think he would look really good in autumn colours, some autumnal leaves. Both of these pages I love. This guy especially. I'm always looking at this page, so that might be on the colour along list or to be coloured. Another kraken. I feel like I've coloured so many krakens. These ones are very mystical, good for practicing the galaxy pages. Actually, the galaxy white lines, is that what it's called? The hashtag going around Instagram at the moment. Maybe that would be fun for him. Oh, I've previously marked this one to colour. Absolutely love this page. I think it would look so pretty when it was finally coloured. It's like something out of a storybook, a fairy tale. Even this one, actually look, I've marked this one too. I really love this one. Yeah, this is one of my favourite pages in the book, I think. Both of these two pages as well. See, this could easily have been a full book colour along. This one, lots of snow. This double page I've actually done in Colormorphia with my Polychromos pencils as well, and that was before I started doing colour alongs on the channel, I think, so it's not a colour along. A lot of open space on that page. Oh, that's giving Mythic World cover page vibes. Oh, this guy, I would love to colour this one too. I can picture him in so many different ways. Like I can picture him going from like a deep red down to these burnt ochre colours, and that burnt ochre colour going into smoke. And then I can also picture him really colourful in pinks and purples and blues, aquas as well. This is the one that I coloured in my other Mythomorphia book, the one that fell apart. This one is a colour along up on the channel. These would look really fun. This one is sort of giving me Phoenix vibes. So if you made this really fiery, and then this one is underwater, so you could have fire and ice palettes. I feel like I've coloured a few of these guys too lately. I think that's it. So many pages I could colour out of this book. It has to be one of my favourite Kirby books. Actually, a while ago, Ness and I from Happiness Colours Kirby, we were talking about doing another community colour along. So some of you will remember we did the community colour along with Alien Worlds when that was released. And then we did talk about doing one for Mythomorphia as well. And I know that Ness is back on YouTube again. So I might have a chat with Ness and see if she's still interested in doing a community colour along with Mythomorphia. And now we're on our world books. Let's start with Fragile World. I love this book as well. So I think I've marked a couple actually. I'm going to flip through. So both this book and Alien Worlds came out in between my full book colour along. So I started Worlds Within Worlds. And at that time, Kirby was releasing a book a year. So halfway through completing that full book colour along, this book was released. So it has been a bit neglected. And then the same thing happened with Alien World. So I started Mythic World after completing Worlds Within Worlds. And then halfway through that, Alien Worlds was released. And the next book is going to be Dark Fairy Tale. So every second book, I'm ready to do a whole new full book colour along. So this is one that I picked, I think. Yep, this is one that I picked. I think this would be really fun. I can think of some beautiful bright colours to use. We've got the underwater section again. Now, somebody did ask me to do a tutorial on how to colour underwater, so this would be a perfect page for that. I love this page. It's one of my favourite pages that I've coloured in this book so far. What was the... Oh, I've got a few choices here. Okay, so I think the red panda is the one that I've got marked, but I do like this one as well. So either one of them would be really good. We've got lots of snow. So the red and the blue would look really nice on this page. Oh, and this double page here. This is another underwater scene. This one will be really fun to colour as well. I have got this pictured in my head, how it will look complete. So they're the three that I've got marked. But I mean, there's so many other pages in this book that I love. I absolutely adore this page. That's the front cover, isn't it? I think it's just beautiful, and I can imagine all the beautiful, vibrant coral colours that we can get into this page. Just looking at the details at the moment, though, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do something so detailed right now, but it is a possibility in the next few months that I might come back and do this page. But yeah, because I think that'll take a while with all the different colours for all the different corals, but it is one of my favourite images in this book. Actually, so when this book was released, there was proceeds of this book going to a charity for wildlife conservation. Is it in here? Yep, so the David Shepherd Wildlife Foundation. And I did notice Millie Marotta's new book is also going to be about endangered species and things like that, and bringing notice to that cause. I do love this double page as well. Whoops. I can't remember when that Millie Marotta book is due to be released, actually. I'll have to have a look. Oops. Oh, skipped a few. Yep, so there's 3 I've got marked here for possible colour alongs, but there's another page here at the front that I love as well, which I haven't... Oh, I like that one too. Oh, this one I've looked at a few times and almost done a colour along for it. So it's a possibility for the future. But this one too, I love. I think this one will look really pretty. Coloured. Probably would be a limited palette for this one. Blues and greens, browns maybe. Maybe even a bit of purple in there. But that is A Fragile World by Kirby Rosans. And the last Kirby book to look at is Alien Worlds, and I've got a few pages marked in this one as well. I can't even remember what I've marked. Oh, okay, this one here. This will be fun. Lots of crystals. I like colouring crystals. And what else have I marked? This page here. How many pages did I mark in this book? Quite a few by the looks of it. Nope. This one here. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm really looking forward to colouring, because I can picture that in my head already, how it's going to look. Actually, I might even colour this one in June. I'll see if I've got time to colour this one in June. If you want to see this one as a colour along, let me know. But I'm pretty sure this might be the next page I colour in Alien Worlds. Might be the next Kirby page I colour as well. There's another one. What else? Oh, that's pretty. I think I'm meant to mark this. I've got the tag on this page, but I think it was meant to be for this page. But I like both of them actually. But I think this is the one I was actually looking at. But either or would be great pages to colour. So I do love this double page as well. I have been eyeing this off. It's probably something I'll look at in a few months' time maybe, but not right now. Like I said, I've done so many detailed Kirby pages lately. I do love this page, but there's so many little details. That one's going to take a while. And I've got some other detailed pages I want to work on before that one. So there are all my Kirby books. Now I've got some other piles of books here I'll just pull up. So if I just show you this one here, this is something I'm currently working on, which is the Nightingales 3 book by Visan Ong. And this is a page I'm working on at the moment. This was with the Artex pastel set of alcohol markers, and I'm just going over it with some pencils on top. So this is a whip that you'll see at the end of June that I'm currently working on. This one is not a colour along. And I do have a buddy colour coming up out of Small Victories by Joanna Basford, and that is this page here. So you have to let me know if you want it to be a colour along or not, but this is one of my buddy colours for the month of June or July. And that's all I've marked in Small Victories. I probably will likely be doing more pages in it because I love this book and they're just so quick and fun to colour, but that's all I've got marked so far. I like that page. Yeah, but likely I will be doing more pages. So if you do have a suggestion, let me know. I do know I have got a few suggestions of pages written down from people, but I'm always open to more. And this one I've been promising for a while. Actually, there's a couple here I've been promising for a while. Secret Garden, the 10th anniversary edition. That is the pull-out double page here with the fairy houses. Now, I did put this one off for a while so I could finish Mythic World. So this will be coming up within the next month or so. I'm just going to work out my colour scheme and how I'm going to complete this. It is a very busy page, so I want to colour it so it's not so busy when it's completed. So that is something I'm going to be having a look at soon. And another one is R.J. Hampson's A Frog's Tale. So I did get requests and I've been promising it for a few months now, which is this page. Is it this page? Hang on. Oh, this has got doubles, doesn't it? Because my tag is here. Are they the same? Yep, they're the same. So Promenade from A Frog's Tale, yeah, by I.J. Hampson. So I did promise a video on how to use alcohol markers and then colouring over the top with your coloured pencils. And this is the page that was chosen for that video. Now that was supposed to be in, I think, like March or April, but I am getting there. I'm catching up slowly. So that is still to come. Okay. Now, I mentioned earlier I picked out some of the newer books from Hannah Carlson. Now, I am more drawn to her older work. I do prefer those books, but these ones, so I've got this one here, which is Midnight Masquerade, and I've also got Forest Kingdom here too that we'll look at in a second. So I picked these two because I've only ever coloured one page in both these books. So they are quite neglected. That's the page that I've coloured in this one. And I've picked 2 pages out. So this little frog prince or frog king here is one that I've chosen to colour. So I really do like these images. I think it's just the layout of the book that I prefer the older hardbacks for some reason. I'm not sure what it is because I do like the images. But yeah, so this is one that I've chosen here, but there's also another one, and I do quite like this book. And that is the butterfly page here as well. So that is my other chosen page, and that's from Midnight Masquerade. Now, Forest Kingdom. Now, I'm someone who prefers colouring like underwater sort of ocean scenes. I do like foresty landscape scenes and stuff like that as well. So I like nature. I like colouring nature. So this is a book that I really do actually enjoy. I mean, they're all books that I enjoy, otherwise I wouldn't be colouring them. But a theme that is right up my alley, I should say. So I've picked quite a few, I think, from this book. Gosh, see, my spine isn't even broken. Oh, yes, it is. There we go. So here, this tree page, that's one that I've chosen. And I like this one too because you've got like the light sources. I think that'd be really fun to play with. So a really dark background with these beautiful light sources off this tree. You can even make the tree like a cherry blossom or something so it's colourful instead of having green. Oh, this double page. So this is one that I probably wouldn't do right now. Like I said, I've done so many detailed pages lately. I'm looking for something a little bit more simpler for the month of June, but this is a double page that I would really love to colour as well. I think this one would be really fun. This page I really like as well. The leaves, the gems. I've already got this picture with the autumnal leaves and sort of an amber gem and a nice, beautiful, deep, dark background as well. That's all I have marked. I do like this page. I absolutely love Hannah's work. I like this page too. I like that one as well. Yeah, this is probably one of my favourite of her newer books, this one and Atlantis. So next up, now I'm going in no particular order. It's basically just how the pile is in front of me at the moment. So this is Lulu Mayo's A Million Sea Creatures. And I have also picked a few from this book, and it seems to be a bit of a theme at the moment. So I'm loving the dolphins. So this is a page that I've picked here. The dolphins with this sort of like paper boat. I think that's pretty. This beautiful star in the sky. I've got a rainbow. 2 rainbows actually. The fish here I think would be fun to colour as well. And another dolphin page here too. We've got more rainbows again. Don't know if this is the moon perhaps. We've got lots of stars on the page. That might be the moon. So that's some choices from Lulu Mayo's A Million Sea Creatures. Now, I've got some Maria Trolle books here. So I've got Starfall here, or Shooting Star, I think it's called in English, not Starfall. Now, this is a book that I have coloured quite a bit in, but it's actually one of my favourite Maria Trolle books. So I have marked another page in this book, and that's this one here. I love that page too. I do like most of the pages in this book. This is my favourite of all of the books, I think. But yeah, I've got this page marked, but I really actually like this page too now that I'm looking at it. So either one of these pages could be an option for a colour along. And I have Universe here. Now I wonder what those things are I got marked. Let me have a look. Okay, so I have marked this one here, which is from the book Vivi is Looking for a Friend. So this book is a compilation book. Now, what I decided to do, I don't have the Vivi book. That's the only book of hers that I don't own. So I figured I would use this book to colour those pages. So this is one that I've picked here. And the other ones I marked down the front are from different books that I've been interested in. But this is the one that I've marked for a colour along out of this book. Yeah, so this one is from Vivi is Looking for a Friend, which I don't own. So that is the only one I have picked so far from Universe. Now, I have actually picked a few somethings from Moon Valley. So... this one, I think I was looking to colour this page a while ago as well. So this one keeps drawing me back in. I have picked quite a few, haven't I? This one with the dragon, love this page too. We've got the little castle. It's like a little Disney, from a Disney movie. And then this one here with the girl and the flower. I think I'm really loving the deer page here. I think that's my favourite out of all of them. But yeah, there's some options of pages I'd like to colour in Moon Valley. And I have another untouched book here, and that is Serenity by Anastasia Ellie Koldarova. And I have picked a page that I really want to colour. I've been dying to get into this book actually, and I just never seemed to have the chance to get into it. But this is the page I really want to colour here. I think she is beautiful. I can't wait to colour her. I don't know what kind of flower that's meant to be. If anybody knows what kind of flower that's meant to be, please let me know if it's actually meant to be a real flower, so I can gauge what colours that would look best. But yeah, I think she is beautiful, and I would love to colour this page and get something started in this book too. That'd be great. So we know Denise Klett is releasing a new book about goblins of all people, of all things, and it looks so adorable. I can't wait. I don't have all of her books. I do have the gnomes and the fairies, and I will get the goblins because they're really cute, but they aren't my favourite books. I don't mind a Zen Doodle book, but I don't have all of her books. Now, what did I mark? Oh, there's just the one that I marked. See that pink one? That is what I marked the last time I was looking for a page to colour in this book. And the green one is what I'm currently feeling like colouring in this book. And that is this page here. I think this is cute. It's quite a small image, so it probably wouldn't take too long to colour. But I think it's really cute, and it is a single-sided book. So for the background, I might do like a watercolour or a water medium for the background. Yeah, but I do think I would really like to colour this page, and I really can't wait for the Goblin book as well. I have another untouched book here, and that is Rhapsody in the Forest. And this double page here is what I was looking at. So this is a big double page. Lots of details. All of these pages actually have quite a lot of detail, but that is the page. See, I love this. This one I was looking at for maybe a Christmas page. Yeah, we could even do Christmas in July, couldn't we? We can do Christmas anytime, but Christmas is the one thing that I feel a little bit weird colouring not in either July or December. Otherwise, I just colour what I feel like colouring. But yeah, that is a beautiful page. But this is the one that I had marked. And that would get something started in this book as well. Now, next up I have Nature Mandalas from Melpomene Chatspanagotu. Now, I've only ever coloured one page in this book, so it has been sorely neglected. So I had to flip through to pick out some pages. Now, this is one of them. There was another one that I was more drawn to, I think. Where is it? This one I love, but I think it was the next one. Oh, maybe this one. Or this one. I like all three. So I will probably be colouring one out of these 3 pages at least. If there's one that you prefer and you want to see as a colour on, if you just pop it down in the comments. So what have we got here? We've got like a sunflower one, just a floral wreath, and then this sort of growth page here with the seedlings and stuff. Yeah, so that'll get something else done in Nature Mandalas because it has been sorely neglected. And speaking of neglected books, I mean all these ones, oops, my pile is falling over. All these books were neglected, so let's have a look at the first tale. So this is Romantic Country by Erie, the first tale. I also have the second tale that I've pulled out now. I've only marked one page in this book. Which did I mark? This one here. This sort of Little Red Riding Hood kind of page. I think this one will be a good one to get done. What if I know I've coloured at least one in this book. Maybe that's all I've done. That one there. So that's the one I'm looking at. Is that it? That's it. So I've only got one colour page in this book. So this is the only page that is calling out to me at the moment that I've marked from the first tale. Now the second tale, I think I've marked a couple. Yep, so stuff from the back. What have I coloured in this book? Oh, that was actually the first page I ever coloured in an Erie book and my first ever attempt at Inktense. No, I was just thinking to myself, I could go through and try and fix that now, but no. I quite like the effect and it's a good memory to show where I started. Now, a lot of her pages do tend to have themes, so you have a lot of Halloween-y pages, Christmassy pages, Easter pages. Oh, this is the one I picked. This double page, actually. I really like this. This would be really fun. I think I would use water-based mediums. What's this paper? Like, yeah. I think I use water-based mediums to base a lot of this page, this big tree trunk, but it's a beautiful tree house. I think this would be really fun. This is one that I really, really want to colour. It's definitely high up on my list of colouring pages. And of course, I've picked an underwater page as well. So that one I'd like to colour too. I'd like to colour both, and I might actually end up doing both. I mean, I've got 9 months. A lot can happen in 9 months. A whole baby can happen in 9 months. So on that note, that was the last book for me to show you today. So let me know down below in the comment section if you'd like to see any of those as colour alongs. Feel free to write me a list if there's a few that you would like to see. I will make a note of them, so each time I start a new page, I will go and have a look at those pages first to see which one is most calling to me. So I have a starting point. It just helps me rather than sit here wondering, out of 100 books, which page am I going to colour next? I have this little selection to go through, and that's where I'll start. Other than colour alongs on the channel, we still, of course, have our colour combo series, which we'll be continuing. I am currently working on the Black Widow pencils. We still have a bunch more brands to work with as well to complete the series. So that is just going to be an ongoing event. I'm also going to be adding the colors to the conversion chart. So they will also become part of the colour combo series eventually as well when I get to it. And I will also be grabbing the new ChromaFlow colours when the time comes for me to add them onto the chart as well. So I will be adding the new colours onto the conversion chart after I do the claws, and then I'll do the color combo series with them as well. So I still also have a few tutorials that were requested from months back that I need to get to, like the alcohol markers in a frog's tail. I did get a request for an Albrecht Dürer tutorial as well, so keep your eye out for those coming soon. If there are any other how-to or beginner videos you'd like to see, let me know down below in the comments if there's anything I haven't already covered in my beginners playlist that you want to see. I do keep a list of everyone's suggestions and I work through them as best that I can. Or if there's anything else I haven't mentioned today that you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. I am trying not to buy new books. Trying and kind of failing, as I have a few pre-orders already for this year organised. But if you do suggest a colouring book or an artist and I have the book in my collection already, I will add it to my list for channel colour alongs. And if I get enough of a request for it, it'll definitely come as a colour along. I would love to have no untouched books by the end of the year. Lofty goals, perhaps. I actually don't have too many, so it would be possible. It is possible that it could be done, but I'm not going to make a concerted effort. Otherwise, my mind will laser focus on that. But I will be keeping it in the back of my mind when I am choosing my pages. And on that note, thank you for hanging out with me today while I talked your ears off, and thank you for looking through my books with me. And I'm also thank you in advance for any suggestions for colour alongs that you'd like to see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy colouring and bye for now.